This is how I cover my acne using makeup. As you can see, my skin is quite bad again. It seems to be mostly on this side of my face. Not really sure why, but I'm getting it on my neck. I've never had it on my neck before. So over an 8-year period, this is my 3rd time having acne now. I'm having a very hard time. I don't know why, it just won't. It goes and it just comes back. It's like, you thought. So yeah, my acne journey has been very long. It's been 8 years, since 2014. Actually, it's 2023 now, so that makes it 9 years. But anyway, you need to make sure that you do the correct skin prep for your skin type. I personally just like either use a moisturizer and a primer. I really don't do too much. I'm not one of these people that has like 5 steps before they start the makeup. So I've just been using the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream, and I also recommend the Urban Decay All Night Primer. That's my favourite one. Or a cheaper alternative is the Beauty Crop Vitamin B Primer. I also really like that one at the minute, but I don't have it on me right now. I don't know about you, but my acne is really sore, like it really hurts. Anyway, I'm just going to stick on this cheap primer that I've got from Revolution because I always I don't really bring the best makeup home for myself, to be honest. To be honest, I've been liking both of these foundations since my skin's been breaking out. This is the Be Perfect Chroma Cover, and this is the Sculpted by Amy Silk Foundation. I don't actually have the right shade in this. This is shade C3. It's a little bit too yellow for me. However, you can see how much coverage it obviously has. But if you do struggle with acne, you do need to be cleaning your brushes regularly. I personally buy the ISO Clean because I'm a makeup artist and I believe it's better for your brushes than the IPA. Also, if you're trying to build coverage, I find that using a brush over a sponge is so much better. I feel like a sponge isn't good if you need a lot of coverage. Also, please remember, coverage won't get rid of your texture. Cream products, you can either use something like this, or you can use a concealer, like do your cream bronzer. This is shade Ganache, and I do think it has a lot of coverage in it, this. Cream products are going to be your best friend when you, well, they're just your best friend all the time, actually. I was going to say when you're struggling with acne. So yeah, cream products, this is Sweet Cheeks. But I'm worried about the dipping from the contamination and stuff. Same with this. This is actually a makeup sanitizer. You can just give your products a quick spritz like this. Concealers I love at the minute are the KVD one. I love the Revolution Conceal and Hydrate, and I also at the minute I've been loving the Sculpted by Amy one. Again, use a brush to keep your coverage over a sponge. Guys, a really affordable setting powder with coverage is this Vitamin B one. So this is going to be the opposite as with the cream product. You can apply with a sponge or a powder puff, not a brush. I feel like you get more coverage with a powder puff. I'm running out of time, but this is the HF Cosmetics powder puff. Look how much that just blurs. It makes so much difference. Now you can go in with all your powder products, your powder blush, bronzer, and wipe off this bake. Another step I found that adds a lot of coverage is a pressed powder with a powder puff. Let's take this side here and add it on under my eye. This side I did it on, I feel like it just looks a little bit more smooth than this side. My final really good tip: disguise the bigger spots as moles with a freckle pen.
So I'm gonna make a series about like some of the toxic things that my mom has done, and just like crazy things in general. So me and my mom have never really had that like very close bond. She likes to say we have, but we don't. I think this is too late for me. It's okay, I'll fix it. So my mom never really liked my grandma, which is my dad's mom. So a couple years ago, like when I was probably 12, I was spending the night with my grandma, or I spent the weekend over there. Or I wanted to spend the weekend. So my mom called me Saturday evening after I had like a really fun day with my grandma. And she immediately was like, I'm gonna go pick you up right now. So I was just like, what? Like you said I could spend the weekend. And she's like, no, I didn't. Da da da. So she picks me up and she's with one of her friends. And I didn't really like her because that was the friend she would always party with. And she would leave me at this random girl's house. And I with like her kids, and they're way older than me, and I didn't really feel comfortable with them. And she started talking to me, and to be honest, I was giving her attitude because I was mad. So then she started yelling at me. She's like, every time I come from your grandma's, you always have this attitude, like you're not going back there again. So I was like, no, like I was just excited to spend the weekend with them, and then you just like called me getting mad saying that you're gonna pick me up out of nowhere. And we got in a really bad argument, and normally if I'm around other people, like I'm a really shy person, so like I would not like talk back ever. I didn't really talk back to my mom in the first place, but especially in public I wouldn't like say anything. I would just let my mom do whatever she wanted to do. And I literally started having a panic attack in this girl's car because my mom's friend was the one that was driving. And I remember like yelling, I was like, Mom, like I want to get out. I want to get out of this car. And my mom was like, telling her friend, like, oh my god, like, she's so crazy, like, this is what I mean, like, it's ridiculous. And I know, again, this wasn't okay, but I tried opening the car, like, at a stop sign, because I literally could not, like, I couldn't breathe. So then my mom's friend, like, locked her car, like, obviously, because so at this point, I'm, like, full on, like, having a panic attack, crying, like, boogers everywhere. We're still yelling at each other. Okay, now I remember, like, what made me so mad. I think it's because I overheard them talking and them saying they're gonna go out. And that just made me mad because, like, really, like, you picked me up because for no reason, just so you can go out and leave me at this girl's house. And then my mom ended up being like, you know what, girl, just drop me off home. Like, she's acting, like, horrible. So we get to the house, and this is where everything gets super crazy. Like, I've never, like, had this kind of experience with my mom, so go to part 2.
Storytime niistä kerroista, kun mä oon huijannut mun porukoita for no reason, eli ihan tyhmistä syistä. Tää eka tapahtui, kun mä olin tyyliin 12, ja kaikilla mun kavereilla oli omat rintsikat, mutta mulla ei. Ja luonnollisestihan mäkin sit halusin omat rintsikat, vaikka mun rintakehä oli silloin yhtä muodokas kuin kaapin ovi. Mä en kuitenkaan viittinyt pyytää äitiä ostaa mulle rintsikoita, koska se oli jostain syystä niin noloa. Mä kysyin sit mun parhaalta kaverilta, että mistä se oli ostanut sen rintsikat, ja se kertoi, että ne oli Anttilasta. Rip Anttila. No, mä sit tietysti suuntasin mun viikkorahan kanssa sinne Anttilaan ja ostin sieltä ne samat harjoitusrintsikat kuin mun kaverilla oli. Mä rupesin käyttää niitä joka päivä, mutta kotona mä otin ne aina pois. Tai sit mä laitoin jonkun tosi löysän paidan päälle, että mun porukat ei vaan huomaisi, että mulla on rintsikat paidan alla. Sitten yksi päivä menin suihkuun ja tuttuun tapaan viskasin kaikki vaatteet samaan kasaan pyykinpesukoneen päälle ja siinä oli tietysti myös ne mun rintsikat. Ja mä olin sit unohtanut ne siihen. Mun äiti oli sit huomannut ne ja tuli kysyä, että onks nää sun rintsikat. Ja mua aloitti jotenkin ihan sika paljon ja mä vaan sanoin, että ei, ne on varmaan unohtunut mun kaverilta, joka oli ollut meillä yötä. No, ei äiti mua varmaan uskonut, koska parin päivän päästä se kysyi, että haluuks mä, että mulle ostetaan ekat omat rintsikat. Sitten me käytiin ostaa mulle ja mä olin onnellinen. Tää toka juttu on oikeastaan sellainen, joka toistui monta kertaa. Eli kun mulla alkoi teini-ikäisenä olemaan ekoja poikaystäviä, niin mä en uskaltanut kertoa niistä mun porukoille. Ja mä en oikeasti tiedä miksi, koska ei mun porukat ole koskaan kieltänyt multa mitään seurustelua tai ollut siitä mitenkään vihaisia. Mä vaan aina sanoin, että mä menen vaan näkee mun yhtä kaveria. Mut kyllä mun äiti sit osasikin päätellä, että oli kyse poikaystävistä eikä vaan kavereista. Tää kolmas juttu tapahtui, kun mä olin noin 14 tai 15. Ja mun kaikki kaverit käytti menkkojen aikaan tamponeita ja mä käytin siteitä. Ja tietysti mun piti tässäkin asiassa teininä seurata kavereita, eli mä halusin vaihtaa myös tamponeihin. Ja musta tuli taas jotenkin tosi noloa puhua tästä mun äitille. Joten mä päädyin taas käyttää mun viikkorahoja siihen, että mä ostin tamponeita, vaikka kotona olisi ollut siteitä. Onko teillä jotain vastaavia storeja, kun ei ole vaan voinut kertoa totuutta jostain ihan ihmesyystä?
On how I got stuck on the water slide on the cruise. To go on this water slide, you have to weigh a bare minimum of 120 pounds. First day that I tried to go on the water slide, he weighed me and I only weighed 119.6 pounds. And he told me to go eat a sandwich and come back and I could try again. And I literally went and ate a sandwich and tried again, except for I still did not make the requirement. Next day, as I was walking past the water slide, I asked if I could try again, and for some reason, I magically hit 120 pounds. It was one of those water slides where the floor drops out from underneath you and you just free fall. I go on the slide and I have just enough weight to make it to the top ridge of the first loop, but I have to scoot my butt over it to make it down. On the second loop, I did not make it. I didn't have enough weight, so I went up and then I went down backwards. But when I went backwards, I went right past the door. So I was under the assumption that I got stuck in the only part of the water slide where there was no escape. I start panicking. I sit up in the tube. It's humid. It's hard to breathe in there. Water's rushing. Water's in my contacts. I'm trying to see. I realize that I'm in the clear part of the tube, so I look down. I'm on the part of the tube that hangs off off the ship, hundreds of feet down below is the ocean. And I'm like, don't look that way. So I look up at the guy who sent me down and I'm like, hey, I like clear the fog off the tube and I'm like, bang, and I'm like, how do I get out of here? I'm freaking out because in front of me is an upward hike on the water slide. I'm in a loop, okay, and I'm at the bottom of the loop. In my mind, it's up and up. I don't know how I'm supposed to get out. Well, he's pointing this way. He's like, go that way. So I moved this way into the water slide, which is like pitch black because it was dark and covered. And that is when I found the escape door. And the guy opened it up and he let me out. Gets me out and he was like, are you okay? And I literally look at him and I was like, that was not fun. And then I just left. And I'm a little bit of an adrenaline junkie, but and it's so much worse in person. I mean, like, it looks good though, like it's even, and like I know it's gonna look so good on Saturday, but the day after I'm embarrassed. Also, you guys, listen to this. I'm literally so pressed because I was gonna wear this yellow like garage shirt that I just bought on Tuesday, and I was so excited because I was like, oh, I'm gonna get tan, be in a yellow shirt, and get my hair done like lighter. I'm gonna look like spring. My mom or my stepdad, I'm pretty sure it was my stepdad, threw away the shopping bag that my yellow shirt that I just bought and my $18 Aritzia socks were in. So I'm literally so pressed right now because that's like $50. Wow, this is really late for me right now. I'm gonna have to get a darker shade for prom, but also my face will probably lighten up by Saturday. I literally should have just done concealer because now my face doesn't match my freaking tan. I wanted to practice this prom hairstyle where it's like flat here and then your hair is like over. You guys, I'm sure have seen it, but I literally don't have time because tonight I'm getting my hair done at 2 o'clock, so I'm leaving school early, and then I'm going straight to go get stuff with my friends for the Saturday party, and then I'm going to the lacrosse boys game, and then I might be going to a kickback tonight. This is gonna sound insane to you guys, but I'm gonna contour, even though I literally, the last thing I need right now is more freaking darkness on my face, but you know what, I'm obsessed. I don't know why I'm doing my makeup so fast. I think it's because I'm trying to prove it's gonna look okay. But guys, I know people are gonna say something about my freaking spray tan because it's like already judged because it's like far away. So my friends are like, why do you go there? You know, I'm telling you guys, this spray tan may look insane right now, but I promise I'll still be tan like next Friday, next Monday. If I end up going to this different school's prom that I'm planning on with all of my friends, then I'll like still be tan, and that's on like May 7th. This powder is amazing. Wait guys, it kind of looks good. Like I feel like if I could get this tan in real life, then that would be a blessing. So why should I be ashamed of it since it's a spray tan? I'm using a lot of expression when I'm talking right now, so I apologize because I probably look really stupid, but hopefully this blush will make me look like, ooh, you know. I wasn't gonna do highlight, but we're gonna do a little bit because we need some glow. That's not a little bit. Just came back from the Caribbean. Don't hit me up. I'm so hungry. I don't know what I want to eat for breakfast. Sometimes I don't eat breakfast and sometimes I do. But like I'm so hungry right now. Hopefully my lashes will look good. They looked awful yesterday. I always get so much on my eye. Okay, I feel like I look a little bit more natural, but like you guys, like I'm so dark. I'm embarrassed about my hands.
Have a good day. Okay, I've been saying bye. Love you. Bye.
Get ready with me doing a full face of my go-to favourite everyday makeup products. Now I've quickly done my brows off camera because I literally don't do anything fancy with them. I just brush through the Got To Be Glued gel and put through some like dark brown cool toned eyeshadow and literally just get them to this kind of shape. And then taking my trusty H&B Cosmetics concealer, I just pop it on the areas where I get the most darkness on my eyes. This is my all-time favourite concealer. And then I just go ahead and take from the product here and use that to carve out my brows. Once my brows are carved out, I'm just going to go ahead and pop this product all over the lid because it works amazing as an eyeshadow base. I don't know why, but I literally just love doing my eyeshadow first. I feel like I'm so messy when doing it, and you'll see why in a sec. Now I'm just going to set that concealer in place with the Huda Beauty setting powder. Because for eyes, I'm just doing what I always do, which is a little smoky wing. And life hack, I literally just take anything flat, like a piece of paper or a business card, and I pack some dark brown eyeshadow onto a flat, fluffy brush. And it just makes the perfect wing, and then you can kind of like play around with it. And now onto the base. First, I'm taking my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, which is literally my fave ever. It's a dupe for like the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. It just makes your skin super tacky, makes the makeup last all day. And then on top of that, I'm taking the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. Everyone and their mum's been fucking raving about this. Again, a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. And I have to say, it did not fucking disappoint. Then I set all the primers in place with the Vitamin Babe Hydrating Face Mist. Now I've just done my mascara off camera while the like primers are kind of like marinating in, and I used the Chanel Volume de Chanel mascara. It's my all-time fave. I'm just going in with the H&B Cosmetics foundation on my trusty Dose of Lashes Marshmallow Sponge. These are just the OG. I cannot rave about this foundation enough. Like the coverage, the finish is just a joke. Like look at that. Then going back in with my trusty H&B Cosmetics concealer to brighten any areas of the face. Now I'm just warming up the face with the Pink Honey Face Frosting, my ultimate fave. It sits on the skin like a dream, and I've contoured my nose with the Fenty contour stick. I'm just taking the blush by Made by Mitchell in the shade A Shy Boy, and I'm going to pop that on the back of my hand and then work it into my cheeks. Now the hype with these Made by Mitchell blushes is so real. Like the colours are so beautiful and the pigment is a joke. Now I'm just taking my trusty Trigwell Powder Puff with the Huda Beauty setting powder and just setting the shit out on my face. You cannot beat that combo. Just look how smooth my under eyes look. Now taking this absolute secret weapon, the Vive Skin Dew, just makes my skin look alive again. I mean, come on. Okay, so I'm just going to add my bottom lash mascara, some freckles, and my lips, and we'll be back. Okay, so the lip combo I used is the Doll Beauty Get It Girl lip liner with the Made by Mitchell A Shy Boy blush again in the centre. Setting it all in my Glow Milk Mist from the Beauty Crop. And that's my finished everyday makeup look. Bye, love you, bye.
My own surprise party. If you saw my last Get Ready With Me video, I was getting ready to go out in the city with some friends to celebrate the release of my new clothing line. Me and Jake went to one of my best friend's apartments. She actually threw me a surprise party. On her TV, she had a slideshow of all of my pictures from the website because I am the model. It was so beyond sweet. I thought that nothing could ruin it and it's gonna be the best night of my entire life. I think I jinxed myself. One of my really good friends brought her one friend from out of state. We're gonna refer to her as Emma. So Emma makes her way over to introduce herself, and immediately her eyes go directly to Jake and she introduces herself to him first. And then she's like, "Oh, you're Meggie, I believe." And I'm like, "Yeah, hi, nice to meet you." It wasn't nice to meet her. You know, it was a pregame, so we were listening to music, talking, drinking champagne. Then Emma tells us how she is an influencer on Instagram, and I was like, "Oh my god, like that's perfect. Do you think maybe we can like partner up? I can give you a few stuff from Raven's Nest and like you can promote them on your page." And she was like, "Oh, that's so sweet. You know, maybe in the future, but like I don't really work with small brands." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I mean, kind of hurtful, but like, okay. So, you know, I kind of just like shrugged it off. I noticed that when Emma talked, she made sure that she was the loudest in the room and she kept talking over everyone, including me, especially me. So my friends are asking questions and of course I'm talking about my clothing line. That's what this was about. And she goes, "So like, did your parents do that for you?" And I'm like, "No, like I'm doing it with my sister. My sister was there." And I'm like, "No, like this is me and my sister. You know, we did everything by ourselves." And everyone's like, "Ooh." And she's like, "Oh, that's so funny." So I was getting really weird energy at this point, obviously. At this point, we all, you know, had a few drinks in us. And we're all looking at the slideshow, you know, it's pictures of me. And then Emma goes, "Oh my god, Jake, you let her wear stuff like that?" Keep in mind, she never referred to me as my name. She just talked to me. She didn't refer to me as Meggie. But when it came to Jake, she always referred to him by his name. For example, Jake went to go get me a glass of champagne. And she goes, "Jake, can you fill up my cup too?" But anyway, she was like, "Jake, how do you let her wear stuff like that?" And he was like, "I think she looks beautiful in everything that she wears. I'm not her dad." And I was like, "Period, Jake." You hear that, Emma? That wasn't even the most offensive thing she said that night. I am running out of time. I hate to do this to you, but please go to part 2.
You know, then it's about your baby. Only you. You. 내가 힘들 때, 울 것 같을 때, 이런 저이제 하지 않을 때, If you 날 걱정하니, if you 나를 깨하니, 말은 해줄 때, forward to you say, 너의 그 언제든 기다려와, 따뜻한 척도 하시면 나잖아, 이게 나의 테니 난 물어봐, 너는 나를 손들은 듯이 baby. Oh my god, if I'm so mad, I really hope that it will come through. Oh my god.
Wait. Actually, that's a really good idea, Kelly.
What did I say? I talk a lot, so I've learned to just tune myself out.
Hey guys, get ready with me using all my new makeup and skincare. I only recently got all these new products, so this is literally going to be a first impressions. Okay, I'm going to start with the hyaluronic acid serum by The Ordinary. Everywhere when I was searching for like good skincare for dry skin, a lot of the time hyaluronic acid came up, so I thought this is probably the most cheap and cheerful one, the one from The Ordinary, hence why I bought it. Okay, so probably the bit of skincare everyone's been waiting for, the Lala Retro Whipped Cream Serum. That came out really fast. Does it usually do that? I don't know. And I'm adding about 2 pumps of the Bioma. This is all trial and error for me, so no one judge me, okay? And finally, the Bronzing Drops by Drunk Elephant. I think people always add a bit too much of this because they always end up looking orange, so I'm only going to do 1 dot. That's what we're looking like. We're going to give her a mixy mix. These are definitely going to be like honest reviews of these products. I have super duper sensitive skin, so I have looked into these products before I bought them and found out if they would be suitable for my skin type, which the ones I've bought have said they are, so let's hope for the best. This feels like a lot of product. Help. Okay, and I'm just going to prep my lips. I've got nothing new, nothing special. I will always go for my Vaseline, unless like I'm in sun. Do not wear Vaseline if you're in sun, it burns your lips. I'm just going to do my brows off camera because these aren't new products and it's kind of boring. They literally look like bird arms, bird wings. It's a vibe. I definitely feel like a little girl again playing with makeup. I've never been this excited to do my skincare and makeup in a long time. I'm using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Custard. I actually have a haul of which of these bits are new and which of these bits are just my staples, so you should go watch that, by the way, FYI. Okay, I've actually got 2 options for my bronzer. This is a Fenty Beauty, oh my god, Sunstalker, and this is the Milk Makeup Contour Stick Powder Cream. I'm going to do one on either side.
I don't know how people usually do this 3-minute stuff. Like, I can't function. This is not okay. Oh, I mean, I was concerned about the shade match, but I think I've got the right one. Give this a go. I've just taken this little thing off the top and it's like cracked halfway. This is so small. Okay, that's better. Genuinely might have to make this into a part 2 for God's sake. Blend that out. Okay, those are your 2 sides. Come back for part 2.
Get ready and move for school. I literally want to cry and I don't even want to go home because none of my friends, like my 2 best friends aren't even in today. It actually looks quite nice and sunny outside today, so I'm actually thinking I might just wear socks and then my coat, because then if I'm cold, like I've got my coat, but I'm wearing socks. It's actually quite funny because I've seen so many girls on my For You page and boys, and they're posting all these videos like, oh, it's my last week of school, and I just can't get sad. Like, I know this is my last week, but I'm just so excited to leave. And everyone says like, oh, you're gonna miss it when you're gone, but I'm just so excited to leave. I don't know if I'm gonna miss it, I can't lie. Like, you're either a school kind of girl and boy, or you're not. And I've never been. Like, I've honestly never got up and been like, yeah, I've got school today. I've always been like, are you joking? Can I have the day off? But I'm gonna put some heat protector in my hair. But I'm just baffled. Like, I'm gonna watch this back next year and be like, wow, she did it. Because I've dreamt like this week for so long to have my last week of school. I'm not really gonna put much care or pride into my hair or makeup. But I'm just gonna literally take these straighteners and just go down. Please tell me it's hot today, because it actually looks quite hot. And I want nice weather. I know my hair's probably going to go extremely static, but I'm going to do this to it in the front. Because I think it always looks nice on girls when they do it, but my hair just goes so weird when I do rollers. It's now time to moisturise and yeah, put some SPF on and all of that stuff. Starting off, I'm putting on the Plump moisturiser. My Glow recipe, and I put quite a lot on because I have the driest skin still from my medication. And then this NARS Pot concealer, I just put over any like spots or scars or marks, literally like that. And then I just put the rest like under here. I have to use this bit because my nails are too long. And then I literally just dab this in. And it's just really nice. Since I have put this on, I like to put a little bit of colour back in my face because otherwise my face looks extremely pale. I'm trying to find this one because this one's the better one of the 2. But I'm just going to put a little bit of contour either side of my face. And then I'm just going to blend it out like so. A bit of highlighter already.
Hey bitch, get ready with me while I tell you the story time on how I was banned off Uber. No longer banned though. But I posted a video a while ago and everyone was like, how'd you get banned on Uber? Like, what? So here's the long awaited story time. So there's 2 reasons why I got banned off Uber. One of them isn't that bad and then the other one, like, cops got involved. So the first reason why, and like, I like appealed this or whatever. I don't know what the hell it's called. But basically, me and my friend went out to the city. And like, me and her both got lit. Like, we were done. And I called an Uber because I was like, I need to go home. Like, I feel like I'm going to fucking throw up right now. So the Uber picked me and my friend up. And we were so happy because we're like, oh, thank God we're going home. Like, whatever. And all of a sudden, the Uber just starts driving in circles. Like, literally in circles. And we're like, what are you doing? Mind you, he had the whole GPS in front of him. And it was telling him he was going the wrong way. Like, so why aren't you listening to the GPS? So I was like, I'm going to put on my phone if you don't know where to go, and I'll tell you where to go. Like, so eventually I'm tired of it. So I put on my phone and I was like telling him where to go, and he starts like full on screaming. He's like, I know where to go. What are you talking about? And I'm like, clearly you don't know where to go because you're literally going in circles. Like, you're not going the right way. The GPS is telling you that it's rerouting you every 5 seconds. So what are you talking about? And then I literally show him my phone like this. And he starts yelling. And then he's like, get out. So I'm like, okay, I'll get another Uber. And then it said on the app that I assaulted him. Where did I assault you, sir? Like, so I don't really know, like, where he thought, like, I assaulted him or something, because I never even put my hands on this man. Anyways, reason number 2 was my ex was a little bitch, right? And I was mad young at the time, and I was at a party, right? And I had his credit card on my Uber app already. So I'm like, what if I order an Uber from all the way from Albany Airport to, like, where he lived in Long Island, which was, like, hours away. So I'm like, what if I do that? And, like, it goes through and it charges his card, like, mad money, right? So one of the Uber drivers called me and he was like, oh, I'm here. And I'm like, oh, pick up whoever you want and give them a ride wherever you want. And he's like, I can't do that. So I'm like, oh, you suck, whatever. So he's like, I'm canceling the ride. So he canceled it, and then they booked another one, and then the guy called me, he's like, I'm here. I'm like, oh, literally pick up whoever, like, I don't even care. And he's like, all right, bet. Like, he did not care. So I guess he picked up some random person and ended up taking them somewhere, and it ended up charging his card, like, over $400. Sorry if I'm talking really fast in this part, I just don't want to do part 2, and I only have, like, 30 seconds to say the rest of the story. But basically, he calls me the next day, like, bugging out, like, why are you using my card, like, spending mad money? And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. So then the next day, he shows up at my house with his mother and the cops, and they were like, oh, let me see, like, where it said that you used your card or whatever. He shows them, and it says I was an authorized user on his card, so I didn't have to pay him back a dime, like, a dime. But yeah, that's what that man deserved, because he got me locked up at 16 because of him, with him. I always got my look back, though. Don't play with me.
For the ladies that are tired of the overcomplicated makeup routines, I got your motherfucking back. First things first, I need you to prep your face. You have to prep your face, and I did a video on that right before this one. So if you haven't watched that one, please go do that before you mess it all up. Step number 2, you need to tame these motherfuckers. They need to be tamed. I'm gonna be using my St. Luke's brow gel that I'm running out of, as you can see. Okay, you're just gonna start taming them like I told you to do, bitch. Step number 3, I'll be using the YSL All Hour Foundation. The L'Oreal 24-hour foundation does the same exact fucking thing, bitch, so don't be wasting a check on that shit. I am gonna challenge myself to use only 1 pump. With my dirty ass brush, I'm gonna start applying it, okay, just like this. And I just want to stay on the camera so you see that I am actually using 1 pump, bitch. I'm not tricking like these other bitches. Tricksters. I'll be using my e.l.f. Complexion Duo brush, okay? Duo because it's 2 sides. I am basically now on step number 4 because we are now fucking blending this shit. And do you see how you don't need that much fucking foundation, you cakey ass bitch? I am a little bit aggressive with my love, and I'm sorry if that's not your style of love, bitch. I'm so sorry, but there is somebody for everybody, so I hope I'm for you. Hydrating Camo Concealer from e.l.f. Do not get the camo one, bitch. It's not gonna move, okay? You need the hydrating one so that it can actually fucking do what it needs to do, because the other one, I don't know why the hell they made it, bitch. I don't know. But you're gonna put it in the areas that I'm showing you right now, bitch. I have a big pimple right there. We're covering her up. But usually, even if I don't have a pimple, I'll usually, like, put some concealer right there, okay? You're gonna use some contour, okay? You can use the e.l.f. one too, bitch. I'm using the Fenty Beauty Mocha Match Stick, and you're just gonna put it in these areas. It's Fenty Beauty Mocha Match Stick. I need to slow the fuck down. With a small beauty blender, you are gonna start blending this out, and look at how beautiful that looks already, bitch. Don't tell me it doesn't, because I disagree with you. With the same complexion brush, you are gonna start blending your motherfucking contour in place, baby girl. In place. Same with this. If you want that line to be there, you have to do it in place. Now using the Airspun loose face powder to just set my face. Listen, bitch, it's the cheapest fucking face powder that I've ever found, and it's the best one that I've ever found, and I'll tell you, bitch, I have spent money on fucking setting powder. Brush it off, honey. Don't be leaving that shit right there. You're gonna look crazy. We are gonna go in with Physicians Formula Matte Butter Bronzer. It's actually not matte. I don't know why it says matte. I guess it's just because it's powder, bitch. I don't fucking know. That's it. Okay, now what you're gonna do is you're gonna subscribe to my YouTube to see my new music video that's coming out really soon. Love you, bitch.
Get ready with me while I tell you every product I use for my everyday makeup. Starting out strong with the Makeup by Mario foundation. I'm about to be out of this. Seriously, my favorite. Foundation brush from Tarte just like glides on the makeup perfectly. Urban Decay Quickie Concealer has been my favorite for a while now. I also like the Tarte Radiant Concealer when I'm looking for more of a lighter coverage. I'm really shocked I've never done this before. And then I use the Huda Beauty setting powder. Tarte setting sponge. I discovered setting powder this year. Like literally I didn't used to use it. Don't know what I would do without Benefit brow products. Actually I do know I would just be browless. So I love this product so much. Okay, then we will wipe this off. Makeup by Mario bronzer in shade dark is literally the best bronzer. Bronzer is just one of those things like I do not mess around with. No. The House Labs blush in shade Hibiscus Haze. Look how pretty. Charlotte Tilbury highlighter. Realizing in this video I'm like almost out of a lot of stuff. Two favorite palettes. I am just like an orangey, bronzy eyeshadow type of gal. Put a little bit of the orange eyeshadow like in my waterline, which is very weird, I know, but it makes my eyes look bluer. Love this Lancome black eyeliner. It's really hard to show. Basically I do that and that. I would never dare go all the way in with my eyeliner because it would make my eyes look smaller. Shiseido eyelash curler is the best. Maybelline Colossal mascara. I've been using this since high school. It's the best. Lancome Mars lip liner is, and that's it.
Get ready with me using everything I bought from TikTok. So first I'm going to prep my face with the Veleda Skin Food Cream. This cream is super hydrating, really affordable, and it gives you such a nice glow. So I've just spot concealed and now I'm going to go in with the new viral Chroma Cover Luminous Foundation. This has literally become my favorite. And you'll see why. So I like to apply the foundation all over with a flat brush and then I'll go in and blend it. Now that I've applied it all over, I like to go in with my favorite foundation brush at the moment. This is actually a dupe for the MAC brush, but it comes as a duo and I use this one for foundation and this one for concealer. I'll show you how. So I literally just press the foundation in like this. It's so super easy. You literally just pat, 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 and it blends into the skin like a dream. You see what I mean? So flawless. Next is one of the best concealers I have tried in my life. And mind you, I have tried quite a few. So this is how I apply the concealer. And I do my concealer before my contour because I like my concealer to sit for like 5-6 minutes. Just because I believe that gives me the most coverage. So these are the areas I like to apply my concealer. I know I look like a Power Ranger right now, but don't worry, trust the process. Next, I'm taking my Doll Beauty Gimme Sun Cream just to contour and bronze up my face. I literally love this product because it literally just melts into my skin. Obsessed. You see what I mean? Look how amazing my skin looks. This stuff is the best. So remember the duo I told you about? We're now going to use this brush to blend out the concealer. Just watch. So I start off by blending out the edges of the concealer like this and literally diffusing it into the skin. As you can see, I'm literally doing patting motions so gently, and this brush is so amazingly just blending that all into my skin. Like, unbelievable. So I blended out my concealer about 80% and there's still about 20% left for me to blend. And what I like to do is I like to go in with my liquid blush first and then go back and blend the remaining of my concealer. Let me show you how. So I'm going to take my all-time favorite blush by Made by Mitchell in the shade Posy Rosy, and I'm going to apply it on the highest points of my cheeks. But first, can we just appreciate this colour? This is literally the perfect pink blush. Are you kidding me? So I'm just going to get my brush and I'm literally going to gently pat the blusher into my skin and just watch how it seamlessly blends in. Wait for it. I'm so obsessed with this colour that every time I watch myself applying it, I literally go into like shock mode. But seriously though, you see what I mean? Totally obsessed. I just wanted to show you guys the blending with the same brush that I used to blend the foundation and show you how much of a multi-purpose brush this is, that it literally blends everything to perfection. Like, it took me half the time to blend this side than it did this side. This is what I mean. You need this duo in your life. And the blush, of course. So remember I said that I leave a bit of my concealer unblended because I go back in and blend it after the blush? I'm going to show you what I do. So I basically take my brush, the remaining that I left under my eyes, I literally just start blending that and I just kind of spread it out. And basically if the blush becomes too overpowering, the concealer literally just balances out and it literally just seamlessly all blends together. So it doesn't look like you've just chucked a whole load of blush on top of your face. It literally all just comes together when I do it like this. You see what I mean? How it was kind of harsh before and now it's just like snatched. So everyone knows about the Huda Beauty powders and how amazing they are and they make your skin so flawless. But this powder is literally a dupe for the Huda Beauty pound cake and I'm going to show you how it looks. So I've got some on my Trigger powder puff, and let me tell you, I did not think I would be the one to jump on the hype, but the hype is real. This powder puff is not like any other powder puff. This powder puff is freaking amazing and I'm going to show you why. Don't blink, otherwise you're going to miss it. So literally this powder puff is like, I would say, a cloud. It's super soft and it seamlessly blends everything together. Like, firstly, I can't feel that there's anything even touching my face, and secondly, the effect that it gives is something that I have not experienced with any other powder puff. Just look at it. Like, I haven't even lifted it off my face. I've literally just been pressing it into my skin and I literally have no words to describe how amazing it is. Look at the difference. And also, can we just appreciate the powder? I told you, literally, it's the same effect as the pound cake,
but for a fraction of the price. So if you feel like you don't want to spill too much on spending so much to buy a powder, I would definitely buy this because you're not going to regret it. So they have 2 different sizes. This one is perfect for under the eyes and this one is perfect for all over your face. Like, just watch this. It's literally going to take me like, what, half a second? And watch. Just did my brows with my favourite pomade. Just gonna wear these beautiful lashes. Okay, but can we just appreciate these lashes? Obsessed. Of course, this blush had to make its appearance because this is my absolute fave. Just watch. I could drown myself in this shit. Lip liner by Doll Beauty, of course. Lipstick is also Doll Beauty in Dolled Out. And lastly, my wee Cherie. And there you have it. Obsessed.